Morning guys. Okay, so here we are. We've base coated them. So let's just have a quick look, shall we? So here we go. So it's all base coated. And I've used Sandex chocolate brown, which is a house exterior wall paint to go on the outside because it soaks into the plaster. It works really well, but you can use any colour. And as you can see there, let's just lift this up a bit actually. There you go. As you can see there, we've done the same on that one, and we've painted the slate as well. And then finally, this one as well. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take our brush. For this I'm using a Citadel brush, just focusing on that, and it's for washing. We're going to take our Batter Black and Devlin Mud mix, which is a 50-50% mix, and we're going to coat the model, so all over. So nice and easy. Get it all in there as well. All the way round, get it in the inside. Right, so that's that one done. Do the same to them all. Just coat them up. Put as much as you like on there, because we're going to leave this to dry. This is going to create some of our shadow, and it gets all into the gaps and hides anywhere that we've missed. There we go. Okay, so that's those done. Now we've just got to leave them to dry, and then we'll do the highlighting, and then we'll come back to that later. Okay, so I'll see you guys later. Okay guys, so here we are. We've done the weathering, sorry, we've done the washing, sorry, so it's early in the morning here, forgive me. We've done the washing, the Batter Black, 50% Batter Black, 50% Devlin Mud wash over the model. We're letting that settle for a bit. And it's only really in areas where we're not going to be really highlighting at the moment. So let's just dab this in there like so, just to get rid of any excess wash that's floating around. And then what we're going to do, we're going to take Commando Khaki. I think this is what I use for the big board, I'm not too sure. So it could come out really bad, or it could come out really well. And we're going to dry brush this. Now, dry brushing isn't a massive talent, it's easy to do. I prefer it because you get some nice effects with it. Anybody can do this, it's as simple as that. So we're just going to run our brush gently over, and just take away some of that actually. Just highlighting areas, because this will match my board, and this is what I'm using them for. I mean, you can do whatever you like with yours. You can give them a more earthy, dirty look, We can do the same with that with weathering powders afterwards, but we just want to get just a gentle coat. I'm using my hand as a palette, which is really bad. You shouldn't do that, kids. But I guarantee you a lot of the other guys out there do. It's nice and simple, it's just there, you haven't got to worry about it, and you can wash off. We're just going to highlight these just a little bit, just to give it some colour. Okay. Oh, someone has asked me what do I think of the new GW paints. Well, I haven't seen them, to be fair, and I was talking to Marnius about this yesterday. We haven't actually seen them, and I haven't actually seen them. I'm told that there's new styles of washes, some even dry brushing paints, which I think is a very good idea. Excuse me. Which I do think is a good idea. It'd be interesting to see those, so hopefully I will get some, or I'll be looking out for channels for people that are getting the stuff in and having a look at it. I don't think I'll buy the big box set, the 300 odd quid one. I just don't see a need for it, well, for me personally, because I've got tons of paints as it is, and I like to mix the paints up with Vallejo and GW, but I'll be very interested to see what washes they've come up with, because I hear they're a brand new range. So it should be very exciting. Okay, so we've done that. So straight away, let's just give it a bit of, if we just look into that, straight away it's just breaking it up a bit, giving it a bit of reality, a bit of depth to the piece. Okay, and the same with that one. Just gives it that little bit more depth with the dry brushing. And dry brushing is easy, you know, it's just make sure you've got a lot of the paint off and just gently go over the areas that you want it to highlight, and it will catch all the bits on the top, leaving dark patches below, creating shadow. So it's a nice technique to use. Like I said, it's not difficult, anybody can master it. It's just knowing when to not put too much paint on the brush. Right, so that's that done. Now we need to highlight our slate. So for this I'm just going to go back with, I don't think I've ever used this paint either, Deptus Battle Grey. Blimey, I don't think I have. Actually, I think I'll mix it. Yeah, I'm going to use that one, Astronomican Grey, just to bring out some highlight on it, on the slate. So this could go terribly wrong, or it could go really well, so we're about to find out. Let's just move that around there. Just going to take off a bit of the paint. I'm just looking to dry brush this as well. In fact, let me get my other brush out. Let's just grab some on the brush. Here we go, using my hand as a palette again. Bad Brian. Oh, sorry, hit the camera. And we'll do the same again. Just catching the slate only. And the same on that one. Okay. Straight away that's looking a lot better. We'll be adding some other colours to that as well. And we want to look at our metals. So I'll just clean that brush off. Yeah, I mean, anytime GW introduce something, it's always going to be a bit of a or shocker. You know, there was a lot of secrecy over this. A lot of rumours on the net about what they're going to be releasing. You know, it's always nice when something new comes out. You know, if they're releasing stuff once a month, I think it can only benefit us. I'd like to see some price drops here and there, but you know, it's just one of those things. You're going to be in the hobby, you're going to pay for it. If you really want to stay in the hobby, I mean, a lot of people have switched over to what's it called, War Machine and Infinity and stuff like that, but that's all cool. You know, it's whatever floats your boat. I mean, like I said, I'm not really a big fantasy fan. I tend to like my sci-fi more. Oh, sorry, sore throat this morning for some reason. Just to let you know, I've also set up a Facebook page, Templars Crusade Facebook page, which you can find the link on my YouTube channel, and I've set it up so you guys can post up your vehicles and stuff like that and models, so I can see them for a change, because I don't get to see everybody's stuff on here. And plus you can just keep up to date with stuff, you know. It'd be nice to meet people, talk and stuff like that, talk about model making, you know, continue discussions. Okay, so what we're doing here is we're just highlighting the metal, just giving it a bit of an edge. Just making it look a little bit more exciting, and we can even take like little flecks around here. I think we should add some around there, because that looks like it's a place that's always going to have chip paint. So these counters that I'm building here, you could quite easily do as bases. And it's up to you how you do your base. Make it as adventurous as possible, but do remember you've got to play on it. So, well, you've got to use it in games and stuff. So if it's massive, it's going to be quite restricting, and not only that, it makes you open to as many hand-to-hand attacks as possible, because whoever can get around your base can attack you. So, you know, use a dreadnought base for a dreadnought, use a Terminator base for a Terminator, and a Marine base for a Marine. Because if you stick a Marine on a Terminator base, it's going to look a little bit funny, and also, secondly, you're going to have more people in base-to-base contact. And let's just go around the edge there, highlight there, like that. Okay, so that's that one done. We're just going to do the same with the other one. So this is all about highlighting now. This is all about just giving it a little bit of extra. And we're going to add some rust into that later as well. So I'm going to finish these off on the highlighting, and we'll come back to discuss them, and then we'll talk about adding some different effects to it and stuff like that. So hi guys, so welcome back. So we've cleaned up the borders on our bases, just painted that black, and we've highlighted everything that we need to highlight. And we've also varnished it, and I've used a matte spray, matte varnish, just to knock it back. So now, this is the nice bit, this is the bit that I always enjoy, a bit of rusting. So we're going to take our pigment, which is just weathering powder from Forge World, and it's orange rust, and we're just going to add a bit of rusting in there, especially around welds and stuff like that. Just all the way around. Let that settle in. And we'll grab some more. Just putting that into there like so. Bottom, spin that around, just get some more on there. get that on there like that. Right, and if there's a bit too much, grab your cotton stick or your cotton bud and then just blend it in like so. I'm going to do the same to the other side. Feel that there's too much on there, just knock it back with your cotton bud. So that's that bit done there. Okay, so now we've got to do the same for this one as well. And we're just gonna run it into the edge. Gives it a nice look. And we'll run it on that side. And we're going to do the same. Just in there. And the same in there as well. Not too much, just enough to give it a nice look. That's it, and tuck it in there. Let's just make sure we get it around the edges. Okay, so that's that pretty much done. Let's move on to adding some water effects. Hi guys, welcome back. Okay, so for this, for water effects, I'm going to be using solid water. This stuff's just amazing. It doesn't, when it dries, it doesn't contract, it just dries as a solid. So it's not pulling at the edges. It's really good stuff to use. I've really enjoyed using this. The instructions are down the side, easy to follow, and the nice thing about it is you can do some really lovely effects with it as well. So we're going to move on to doing our water effects. So here we go. Just going to open this up, put that to one side, and the same as that. Okay, so we need to take a certain amount out of each one. I'm looking to take at least 1.5 out of it. So let's just put that in there. That's cool. So it's a two-part resin. You have to mix it, which is what we want. Let's just wipe that away. And we'll do the same with the other side. And again, draw that out to about 1.5. Don't want to use too much. Wipe that away so it's nice and clean, and we've got to make sure we put the lids on the right one. That gets on there, that's right. Okay, so move that out of the way. Okay, so we just got to mix it up a bit. For this I'm going to get my trusty chopstick out and just give that a good mix. Really go for it and enjoy it. Because we want to add some liquid to some of these bases. Okay, so let's just clean that away. Right then. So all we're going to do is we're going to take our resin that we've just made pour it into our hole. Let that settle for a second. There we go. You run that forward. I don't mind if it drips off the side on this one because it makes it quite a nice little feature. Very cool, so we'll just keep that balanced for a second and we can just take away what we don't need. There we go, so we'll leave that. If it drops down the side, don't worry. The easiest thing to do is just have a little collection area that it can fall into. Okay. So, and we're going to do a little bit of a mix on this one. Okay, so I'm going to take some, if I can find it, where is it? Ah, there we go. Some paint, and I'm going to use green scorpion. Just dip that in there. Make sure you clean up after you as well. We don't want it dripping down, so let's just clear that up. Okay, oops, keep hitting that camera, I do apologise. And what we're going to do is we're going to mix this up into our liquid. Okay, that's nicely done. Right, this is going to be the difficult part, which is the best part of all. That to run, as you can see there, we just need that to run down. Let it drip, it will create its own path as which we want. You can tilt it forward just so we can see where that's going to go, where it's going to pull. A bit more weight to it then. It's quite nice. We can also put some in there. Let's just actually give a bit more to that. Go. And we'll just take our cotton bud and just keep an eye on that around there. We can even spread it over a bit. Okay, that's looking nice. I do like that, I've got to say, that is looking quite cool. It's a nice contrast as well and it breaks it up a bit. And it's nice because you've got the leaking down there. So what I'm just going to do is, I'm just going to take my knife, just clean that out just a little bit so we can see it. And in there, just get rid of any air bubbles. And just let that do its stuff. And in that way we can, there you go. Just let it settle itself. Okay, so it's nice and easy, not a problem to do. Anybody can do this. Plus you can keep adding to it. So this is, we're going to have to leave this to dry for some time now. And likewise on the other side, let that dry and let that settle as well, and we'll come back to that later. Okay guys, speak to you later. Hi guys, welcome back. So here they are, all finished. And unfortunately I've had to get the bit stuck on, I couldn't really continue with the video because I've got to get this out of the way because it's my wedding anniversary today. So I've got stuff to do with the wife. Okay, so let's take a look at this one first. Okay, so this will give you a general idea of how to lay it out. I mean, look, it's your own design, it's your own base that you're creating. Now I'm using these as objective markers for my games because I got bored with the Illuminous Games Workshop disc that I've had sitting around that we keep using, the tokens and stuff. So, but you can use the same principle for these videos of doing your own bases. You know, and it's up to you how you put them together, but it's a nice and easy way. You can use the GW Tufts of Grass or any company's Tufts of Grass, and they come out really well. And here's our toxic ooze, which is quite nice. So it's a leaking barrel there, and that's come out really well. So I'm very, very happy with that. And that is nice. So that's probably one of my favourites at the moment, I should say. And then finally, a nice weapon stash, which is on that one with clear water, which is very nice. I can even go back in and just clean that gun up a bit around the base. But all in all, that's what you're looking at. That makes for a lovely little objective marker, which you can place on the table instead of having the norm. Okay guys, so thanks for watching. I'm glad you've really enjoyed this series of making scenic bases. Remember, I'm still looking forward to seeing what you come up with. Don't forget to post them up and let's have a look, because you know what, there's some great talent out there, and by watching what's going on, that's the best way of learning. Okay guys, take care, see you soon.